Poland seemed to be particularly fond of the band. After hearing the track 40 to 1, which documents the Battle of Wisna in 1939, where 1,000 Polish against an invading force of over 40,000 Nazis, Sabaton were asked to perform at the Polish Independence Day celebration in Gdansk.
We also did a show where we were approached by somebody we did not expect to come to a Sabaton concert. Well, it's actually the Archbishop. And then he gave us this sword from the treasury of the Church of Poland.
Something similar also happened in Brazil, following on from the song Smoking Snakes, which tells the story of the Brazilian effort during World War II. And in particular, 3 Brazilian soldiers who fought a full battalion alone and never surrendered. Sabaton were then gifted an honorary medal by the Brazilian army, presented to them personally by one of the Smoking Snake survivors.
And there's a lot of Brazilian army orchestras who cover this one, and I think they actually made it to one of their marching songs now.
I'm sure there'll be loads of other similar tales from various other countries who appreciate the respect and admiration bestowed upon them by Sabaton. They really are the only band that makes you feel patriotic for a country that isn't even your own. Of course you can say it's just a cheesy gimmick, but there is genuine passion for history from the band. I mean, you'd have to be to go on and create your own YouTube history channel that has now got over 330,000 subscribers. So the theme and message is obviously one major reason for their success. But what about the actual music? Well, it's not the most challenging or even the most technical blend of power metal, and it's not very guitar driven either. But what they do tend to have is this uncanny knack of churning out huge hooks through anthemic choruses or bombastic melodies, which just sticks in your head all day long. And it's all wrapped up in this synth-laden ball of epic cheese. But isn't that a feat that we should be commending? I mean, a heavy metal band that has managed to draw in an outsider or a normie who is a complete novice when it comes to this genre. There aren't really many bands that have managed to pull that off. To me, Sabaton are like that action movie you stick on, relax, and turn your brain off for a brief moment in time and just let it entertain you with mindless over-the-top action and a senseless plot that really don't take itself too seriously. Sabaton really are like the musical equivalent to that. It also helps their cause to have a frontman as charismatic as Joachim Broden, who regularly stops mid-set to have a laugh and a bit of banter with the audience.
Hold on. I'm not sure what they teach you in school.
Our understanding of your English is all right. Walk into your local weather center or something, see a cracker and go, "Oh hell, you cunts!" No too much English.
Sing the like 5 first verse of the Swedish national anthem. They're fucking Swedish!
Or even
Sing the like,
"Oh hell, you cunts!" No too much English.
sing the like 5 first verse of the Swedish national anthem. They're fucking Swedish!
or even to recite a short history story relevant to that country in which they're playing. I saw them over here a few years ago, and they were constantly stopping to point out how the British played this huge role in World War II, whilst themselves, being Swedish, just sat back on their asses, watching everything unfold, drinking themselves silly. He is a lovable character with a really iconic look, which just further adds to the band's appeal. They do still have their critics though. Other than the power metal haters, the band were originally labelled as Nazi sympathisers, or even glorifiers of war by some, due to the nature of their lyrics, often tackling such controversial subjects, such as the track The Final Solution from the 2010 album Coat of Arms, which deals with the Holocaust, while then the 2005 album Primo Victoria, that includes the word Nazi so many times, and it actually led to a ban for that specific record in Germany. But Joachim points out that it's just storytelling. If someone has a problem with what they sing about, then they should speak to the leaders who made all of that shit happen many years ago. And then there's certain songs such as Back in Control, which recites the conflict over the Falklands, when Britain reclaimed the islands back from Argentina. The Argentinians were obviously pretty pissed off hearing this song being told from the perspective of the British. And then the band received loads of death threats over this particular song because it is such a touchy subject. The band did address the issue by saying, "We can only repeat that we aren't a political band, we only tell stories." We did get a lot of death threats from Argentinian fans because we took up the subject of the Falkland War written from the perspective of the British soldiers. We've never had so many death threats. So the band clearly do love their history and have a lot of knowledge upon it. But to label them as anything inflammatory is like saying an author holds the same opinions in real life as the characters they're writing about. Doesn't really make any sense. So, moving on, Sabaton's influence and stature is really starting to show, selling out stadiums and headlining festivals all across Europe, and even receiving such high billings at rock festivals over in the United States, which is just completely unheard of over there, especially for a power metal band, commanding a crowd that was reportedly upward on 600,000.
Bring out them bells. The bells in question are in Elmgart's Temple of Sigmar. Give 'em a good clatter, and you'll draw every iron blade for miles around. Why, you ask? Our friendly neighbourhood magic spy, Alicia, needs to gather vital intelligence on the Skittergate. Figure you could help her out.
By the hammer! They are upon us! Stand together! Send the buggers back into the field! What's that farming hawk? That's right, Gruber! Let your training show! The gunner is slain! No bad for a fellow with one eye! Sigmar guide my strike. What? Wish he'd guide mine? Or better yet, send me a nice cool flagon of ale. Magical gummy glory! Temple itself ushers us to safety. That's good work, Dory. Lorna should be pleased. Bishop!
Good day, dear. Business as usual.
Out at last! Oh, Suzuki. Dunno. One moment they were there, the next... Do better! Slack watch gets folk killed. Easy now, Gorrickson. I was only... Enough! Eyes sharp, Suzuki. Mouth shut.
Looks like the twin-tailed comet's returned, Saltspire. What do you make of it?
It speaks to dire times ahead, but
Helmgart's lost, folks. But we still have our little ways of keeping eyes and ears down there, and something's going on at the Shallian Hospice. Whole thing reeks of chaos magic. Go and deal with it, would you? Things are bad enough already.
Lorna was right. There's something amiss here. I feel it.
I've said it before. The goddess of healing should also be a goddess of battle. This way! No! Die! That's what you're big Lordy! Gotcha! lead us to something worse. Box of ammunition over here! Oh, he won't laugh that off, will he? Not these black-furred bastards again! Holy justice! I'll not waste a drop. My shield is ready. You can be as well, Dory. Where's my shield? Take the brunt. Climb the ladder, drink the ladder. I suppose it never occurred to the townsfolk that sewers are as good as roads. These steps go downwards. Stand up! Stand up! On that rattling anyway! Portion here. I can't vouch for the taste. Kazaki Doom, Dory! Forbidden route! Heard a tail nozzle back. One of the sisters of Shalia lost vanished into the wild. What a match! It used to be this bad. He'll get better, Gorrington. Aye, maybe. But I can't help wondering. Patch up time, Gorrington. That's better. Nice work, is all. Work, you stinking drone, work! This'll open the door. Well, one of them will, I suppose. Die fighting! Die defiant! Flame smoker! Kill the man who bears it! Doors open, Regulati! Let's not waste it!
I'm guessing that was the wrong switch.
That's a fire rat. Storm Sorcerer! Did they have an outbreak? Dribbling pox up above, or what? You wasting our supplies!
Commandeering is the word you're looking for.
Still putting waste. Looks like we're heading downwards. You might help next time. Oh, sport are hard work. But such work is its own reward, Crowman. It's that potion. We'll get them all out, right here, right now. Bombs.
Impressive, Gordon! So wipe that spittle from your mouth.
Not a bad drop, considering.